well, like, man, some of this shit on you, Tory. Like, some of this got to fall on you, because my hypothetical on the situation, if I, is it possible that Tory Lanez and his team, when all of this stuff went down, when all the news articles and all the publicity came out, is it possible that Tory Lanez and his team sat down and said, you know what, we could create a Tupac situation out of this, right? Where we can use the violence of this situation, because as far as Tory goes, it looks like he's trying to push off this image and persona anyway, that he's street, with the beefs that he got going on with the different with the different rappers, and the way that his songs is going, and his previous charges. It looks like he's trying to push off a persona of being tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's built for that. Is it possible that they said to themselves, okay, we can spin this in your favor. We can pull you off a good Tupac look, right? Where we know the facts of the case, right? We know the facts of the case that Kelsey is the one that held the gun. So we could pull off a Tupac, and we could protect Kelsey by taking it to trial, and depending on the fact that we gonna get his time back on appeal. If you go and you do a couple years and you sit down for a couple years, we release the album.
If that was the case, though, think about
That's too much.
What, you would just take the plea. That's just like Wayne. Like we talked about going back
because
when
if
Wayne took that gun charge. Wayne took a plea to spend 1 year in Rikers, right? He ain't go to trial on that with the possibility of getting more time. And
that's what I'm saying. Because
these weak ass lawyers tell you don't say nothing. No, bitch, I'm pushing you out the way.
He didn't testify because they're depending on the appeal.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because there's another element about this, is that this is the part where Tory is a sucker to me.
And there's no guarantee.
It looks to me like he's doing what he's doing in order to protect Kelsey.
Well, he must be in love with Kelsey.
Yeah, Kelsey is the one.
I know Kelsey.
Kelsey
you know why Kelsey the one?
Because in America.
Kelsey got to be the one, because Kelsey, only thing separating Kelsey is Kelsey don't rap. Megan Thee Stallion,
she got the fires box in America.
If Megan Thee Stallion like her, and if Tory like her, and these two powerful people like this regular motherfucker, this motherfucker can't be too regular.
With firebox.
It got to be something in there.
In America.
That's what I'm saying. So I like her too.
So he said to himself, and they team saying to themselves, okay, we can maneuver this and we can spin this around, right? But then they run into an overzealous prosecutor, right? Who wants to go and prosecute to the full extent, because they on the way out. Now that's what they talking about in politics. The Republicans is trying to spin it around because this guy's running as a Democrat. He's out being a prosecutor and he's running for office as a Democrat. So they using this as a way to discredit him, because they basically saying that he was trying to utilize this case and platform to build up his publicity and popularity to be able to campaign for the office that he's about to run for. Right. So he runs into an overzealous prosecutor who gets him 10 years in California state prison. And that's the whole part about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bring this up in previous episodes where I'm saying basically, like, you know, rappers got the lowest life expectancy. Well, this is one of those cases, because to me, these people that want to that's becoming rappers, they not from the streets, they not real street dudes. You know what I'm saying? So they get into the rap and they talking about it, and they think that they convinced themselves that they really about that life. And then that team done came together and they done convinced this man that he can do this time in California. But what he don't understand is that now he's subject to the politics that come along with being in a California prison. There's nothing that you could do. Being a rapper is not to your advantage in a California prison, especially if you're not from California.
If you're not affiliated.
Yeah, if you're not affiliated. Because that's how prison works, and especially on the West Coast. On the West Coast, you got cars. You know what I'm saying? Or on a bigger level, you got buses.
Does the nigga sleep when he got stabbed?
He had just walked out of his. He had just walked out of his room. That's
shanked.
what the Migos are spinning the story.
I don't know about this shit. This shit starting to sound right.
So this is how it works out there, right? So in California, you got I say you got buses and you got cars in each side. You got cars inside of each bus. So you got a white bus, you got a black bus, you got a Mexican bus, and inside of the black bus, you got Crips, Bloods, GDs, you know what I'm saying, the different gangs or whatever like that. Mm-hmm. Then you got inside of the Mexican bus, you got, well, it's not Mexican, you know, the Spanish bus. You got the regular ice Mexican, because it's you know, California. You got the regular, you know what I'm saying, just the worker Mexicans, you know what I'm saying, that
members
that need protection from the gangs because they're just regular ordinary Mexicans. So then you got the Mexicans got Crips and Bloods and MS-13 and Mexican Mafia and all that like that going on. So those are the different cars inside of the Mexican bus. Crip, Blood, you know, GD, all that kind of stuff. Those are the different kind of cars inside of the black bus. Mm-hmm. And then you got the white bus that got Aryan Nation, Ghostface, Clan, all that kind of stuff that's going on inside of the white bus. So when you go into prison, Diddy and Tory, huh? You have to be in one of these cars. It's the only way. It's the only way that you're going to be able to survive. So if you're not paying for your protection, which you don't want to be in that position in prison, because once you start paying,
you're going to get out the way.
You know what I'm saying? And so now, because it's a situation where you, like you said, you got to pay or get out the way. Now you got to pay this car. You got to, inside of the black bus, you got to pay all the cars in the black bus. And guess what?
How did this Mexican get in the black bus?
The Mexicans won't. They part. So basically, so the story that I'm listening to is that basically what they trying to say is that Tory is inside and he's trying to have motion. You see what I'm saying? So guess what? He done dropped this album. You know what I'm saying? So he lit inside of there. Everybody know who he is. He's a popular figure inside of there. And so he trying to have motion. And so, you know, in prison, the ways that you have motion is, you know, you in control of the gambling. You know what I'm saying? You in control of the cigarettes. Mm-hmm. You basically, that's the reason that's what you're being extorted for. Your money is being used to handle the pots on gambling, to handle the pots on paraphernalia that's coming into the prison, whether it's cell phones, cigarettes, or drugs. So he basically, it looks like what he's saying is I don't want to be extorted. I want to control my own motion. If it's anything, I'm gonna utilize my own bag as leverage. Mm-hmm. And so once you turn into that kind of person, that means that you got to deal with the people in the different buses.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Pay everybody.
And so that's what prison is. Prison don't have a situation where, oh yeah, you a rapper or you're a celebrity or you got money, or even if you was a low level street person, you know what I'm saying, and you was known for knocking people out. Now once you go up and you get elevated in prison, you either a big dog or you not. You know what I'm saying? It don't got it. There's no really in between.
How the nigga get stabbed?
That's what I'm saying. So when you in prison, let's just say like for big dogs, big dog. When you're a big dog in prison, you want trophies. You know what I'm saying? So you get trophies in prison as a big dog by taking somebody off. And Tory Lanez is itty bitty, so he has the great probability and chance of being taken off by one of the big dogs, because a big dog will fuck you in prison. You know what I'm saying? So he got a ability to be taken off, or to get poked, or to get poked up.
I seen the Mexican.
Or to get poked up, but he got life. Mexican. No, you don't gotta be big. I'm saying if you are real, if you from that area, if you from California, bro, and you got a certain type of position and stand, it ain't got nothing to do with your size. It has to deal with your motion.
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm just I just be dealing with crayon sense. How the nigga get stabbed 14 times? What he did the other 12 after I poke you?
Because he not built like that. Yeah.
You gonna sit here for the other? That's why I say
probably
he
dropped.
Yeah, he not built like that.
Nigga, like what he walked by? How did this Mexican hit him 14 times? What he did the other 13 after he hit you?